Guys, welcome back. It's your favorite game with a limp, and I'm here with a special little treat. Popped up in my email inbox the other day. This is Field of Glory Kingdoms. I have to remind myself there is no S on fields. I always want to say Fields of Glory, but no, it's Field of Glory. There's a lot of games in the Field of Glory series. Some that are tactical, some that are grand strategic. Kingdoms is grand strategic and is not released yet. It is going to be released. Do believe June is the time frame they are shooting for. This is a preview build of the game. It's supposed to be close to the final version of it. I don't have access to everything. I was wanting to show the grand campaign, but it does not have that. It only has a few scenarios for me to choose from. So I'm doing a raw playthrough. Right, I'm just sitting down with it. First time, you guys are right here with me. We're going to see how this plays. Once you've made a choice, you will move to the scenario screen. Choose a scenario. Adopt a difficulty. Press the checkmark button at the bottom to continue. All right, so there's a tutorial scenario. Okay, so yeah, there's three to choose from. One's a tutorial. We have El Cid 1087 to 1097. And then we have Fall of the, what is that? Angivians, I think. We're close. 58 turn scenario, ideal for 1 to 3 players. That's big. See, this is a quick 20 turn scenario, limited to the Iberian Peninsula, suitable for 1 to 3. Expect a free for all. What's the tutorial? It just says learn the main features of the game. Moving, fighting, regional development, trading, religion, authority, and dynasties. Now, this game is similar to like Europa Universalis, right? It's along those lines, or Hearts of Iron 4. That's the World War II version. That's the one I have more experience with. I've always wanted to get more into Europa. I've got some time with it on a different account, but I really want to sit down, just dig deep into that game. But maybe Kingdoms will tickle my fancy. We do have a list of difficulties. Easy, balanced. Balanced, I'm assuming, is normal. And then a lot of heavy difficulties. We're just going to leave this unbalanced. I'm going to start with a tutorial since I don't have experience with this game specifically. We'll record it. I may do a full video on this. I may not. I may just include snippets of this. We'll see. And then maybe I'll pop onto one of these scenarios and play that out so you guys can see something that's more indicative of the game itself. See what we got going on. Yeah. All right, so just as an FYI, I have cut off the music. I don't want to risk being copyright struck because that does happen occasionally with these games, just depending. So there is music to the game. I've just cut it off. Everything else is as it's supposed to be. This is the faction selection screen. Take your time to browse the list of playable factions to your left. Major nations, there's one. Each has a unique benefit or drawback. Bigger does not always mean easier to play. Nations like Brittany, Scotland, and Norway can be a good start as they are not immediately threatened. Yeah. As you select options on the left, the relevant information screen will appear on the right. This will give you some idea of the setup of the faction, historical details, and some plans. Okay, and it looks like we only have a single faction, Leon. Where is Leon? Okay, Leon is here. Does that mean I have all of this greenness? All? It's actually a pretty good size thing. This looks, it makes me think it's more board game-esque, right? So I think this is going to probably appeal to more of us tabletop gamers who are coming into the digital realm. Just the look, right? The feel of it does give me that tabletop feel. Is it? All right. It's not middle. It's not right. All right. Left mouse. That's what scrolls us around. Let's see. Context, gameplay, modifiers, Reconquista. Gaining a Muslim region in Spain grants authority contrary to other nations. The Christian nations in Spain get a special building, the Friaro, a settlement appearing on Spanish conquered lands. Also, the chance to gain or to get decision to gain support of the knightly orders, Iberian orders, Templars specifically, is increased. I would assume that's if you have Christian nations. Templars and Muslims tend to mix pretty well. Other types of governments, El Cid. So yeah, it looks like this is just our little tutorial area. All right, well, let's pick. You'll play as Leon in this faction lobby. Click on the green button to start. All right, so let's click button right. Context, gameplay. This is too much to read. Let's go. Many windows will have a question button near the upper right corner that will take you to an explanation window and related gameplay concepts. You can find additional info by selecting tips from the option screen. For further details, please consult the game manual, which no game comes with nowadays. After reading about any events of the current turn, click one of your regions to select and get started. Okay. Welcome to the tutorial. We'll see how to handle troop movements, battles, some basics on region economy. That's pretty much all I want from a grand game. I want to build up my lands, make them powerful, make them wealthy, so I can buy more troops, so I can get more lands, so I can repeat the process. And then all lands will become Gimpy lands. This is good. It's when they resist my rule that bad things happen, like burning and pillaging and all that good stuff. And in-game help is often available. Right hand, blah, question mark. Let's begin the tutorial. After closing this panel, please click on the horseman figure in the Leon region. He has a purple stylized lion as a banner, as this is your main army and where we have some plans for it. Yes. Okay. I thought I had this little bit of green stuff too. Yes, I do not. All right. Leonese something. I can't. Rice? Rain? I can't read what that is. But I'm guessing that means I own all of this. So are these? So yeah, okay. Yeah, see, this is like little forts, castles, cities. That's what all of this, these little round marks are. Okay. And this is making me think that it's going to be like Europa and whatnot. You're going to have, an area, but it's got a bunch of little provinces in it. And you're going to, try to take over those provinces, right? It's kind of like Monopoly. You want to get a set so you can build a house and a hotel and all that good stuff. All right, so here's our army. Look, 34 units, food usage, move speed. It looks like it's led by Alfonso. Combat power 156. Nice. All right. Armies and kingdoms are composed of combat units. Knights, spearmen, archers. Each unit possesses a specific stat that reflect their effectiveness in different situations. It's not only about raw strength, even if a knight will often perform better than a peasant levy. It's also about adequacy to the task at hand. For example, terrain will significantly alter how the units perform. Yeah. Heavy infantry will fare poorly in a swamp, while horsemen will get severe penalties in assaulting castles. Go one level up. It's also about army composition. An army needs a balance of components: frontline support, flankers. Yeah, all right. Combined arms. We need tanks, planes, bombs, all the good stuff. Now, please click on the turban-wearing spearmen. Where the hell are they? In Porto, Portugal, on the far left of the map. His coat of arms is the green. To see what we were talking about. Okay. All right. Here he is. This small Muslim army comprising 6 units. See? Look. This really feels board gamey. Look at this, right? We've got counters down here that signify our units, what type of unit they are, and what their combat strength is. So it's got like a couple of cavalry units, combat power 6, their hit points right here, combat power 9 for the spearmen, right? 4 units of those. Yeah, this is, I think I might like this. One of my things against Europa, it's so deep. Now, yes, that's the basis for why the game is so good, why it's had such a large following for so long, because it is so deep, it's so intricate, and you can play it time and time again and get all these different feels. But I don't always want to burn my brain. Sometimes I just want to sit back and and play a grand strategic game that I don't have to feel like I'm completing a math exam to do, figuring out the best modifier stats and all that other good stuff. Just strategies like we're playing chess. And it looks like this might be able to fill that role. Enough grand strategy to keep me occupied, give me that feeling without burning out the old brain housing group. All right, so comprises 6 units, lacks an optimal composition, and may be due to recent recruitment or perhaps has endured battle losses. The army consists of 4 spearmen as frontline units and 2 cavalry units, which, though are also frontline, can attack on the flanks. There are 2 main issues. Firstly, the absence of support units means the front line lacks combat bonuses from units positioned behind them, so no like archers firing over. Mastering this aspect of an army composition is critical. Secondly, being a small force, it doesn't occupy the entire battlefield. The battle width or frontage varies with the terrain, and due to its size, the army lacks flanks. Consequently, the cavalry, typically flankers, must assume the standard position. Okay. Adding archers, skirmishers for support, and peasants to fill up the ranks will be a major help to this force. Click again on your own army. Yeah, let me attack them with my army. All right, so there are several possible orders that your army can follow. Movement, raiding, assaulting, but one which is very common is splitting and merging. I don't want to split. I want to do big whole group smash. Hulk smash. Hulk smash. No split. So you can tailor your armies to their task by altering their size and composition. This is what we are doing now by detaching a few units from our main army so that our capital region still get some defenses even when our main army goes campaigning. Please do a right click on any of the numerous peasant unit cards, the 2 unit columns on the right, and you'll see. Yeah, see? They got a bunch of peasant units, but these guys are weak. Combat power 1, but there's a whole bunch of them. So a bunch of guys with sticks who are up front to go pokey, pokey, pokey. All right, and you'll have to forgive me if I sound a little choked up. My little girls gave me a chest cold. It's still kicking my butt. All right, so let's right click. And this will select all units within a pile of units, which is why a full stack. All right, so they're all highlighted. 8 units is now selected. We go frame. Let's add 2 units of slingers. All right, number 3 there, which are support units. To do this, please left click on 2 slingers of your choice, 3rd column, so that we have 10 units in selection. Right, 1 and 2. This small force will garrison in Lyon. Next, we will detach it by doing a click on the split button. Please do so now. All right, so split. Hey, look, they became their own little group. As you can see, this action created a second army consisting of units selected, but it doesn't look like they have any leader. Yeah, nobody's there doing a lead role. You can alternately select the first or second army by clicking on their respective tabs. Oh, cool. Yeah, look. Here's my first army. Here's my second army. Okay, yeah, nice. To learn more about armies, click the button in the panel. Yeah, we don't want to do that now. Do not hesitate to try some more manipulation by. No, I want to attack. Let's attack. Let's do that part next. All right. Let's direct our army towards the Toledo region. Be sure to have our main army led by the king, comprised of knights and many other units, and then right-click on the region a bit south of ours where you see another army with a red and green standard. This is El Cid camped. All right. Ooh, he's got 8 units, combat power 81. My combat power is still 142, so yeah, we should be able to beat him. All right, so we want to right-click. You have, and yeah, this isn't going to be instant. It's going to take me a little bit to get there. You have clicked on another army, not a region. If you clicked on one of your armies, you will attempt to merge with it. If the army belonged to another nation, you'll follow it. However, we want to move to the region of Toledo, so please target the region itself, not another army. To do so, issue a right click on Toledo. Okay, that's Toledo. Okay, now we're going there. Well done, yay! The tutorial is giving me happy vibes. We will learn later in the tutorial how to cancel a movement, add waypoints, but for now, our main army is en route to Toledo. The map consists of regions, which can be grouped up into predefined domains. So known as provinces. For better efficiency, most nations need at least one region to survive. And for avoid defeat, though few can subsist without. Okay. Kingdom is a turn-based game where armies only move after you clicked end turn. Additionally, the game features simultaneous movements for all nations, creating more realistic and dynamic experience as your adversaries might have plans that counter your own. Click on the end turn button, which should be that. Yep. Upper right. Okay. And just so you guys can grasp this, you can see this is literally just a small little spot. This is Spain, but this game is massive. Like, it covers all of what you would see in like Europa, right? It's just got a huge grand campaign going on through a huge number of years. I have to look it up to see exactly what years. I'll annotate it that it takes place, but it is a large number. All right, so let's click and turn and see what happens. We go there. Let me attack. I want to kill something. Expanding crucial vassals offer numerous benefits, including increasing your nation's dynasty size. All right, I don't know what that is. Providing military support. I got a +2 to authority. Stable minor realm. I am unsure what all of this means, but we will figure it out. Here we go. This is the second turn. Army has moved into Toledo region. Let's resume by clicking on army in Toledo, then on the other general or king portrait to the left. All right, here's our guy. Okay, I feel like I missed something, but I don't know. It's showing me campaign and logistics now for my army. If you look to the left of the unit panel below the general's portrait, you see the section for food consumption, 14. The food represents the total amount of food your units consume each turn, with armored units consuming most and frugal skirmishers the least. Your units can draw food from friendly regions, either the one they're currently in or adjacent ones. If they venture deep into enemy territory or into a resource-poor, devastated region without sufficient food, they'll rely on foraging or plundering, but only for a limited time, which, accurate. You can only eat off the land so long. Beyond that point, each unit will start losing 1 effectiveness point per turn, followed by 1 hit point until they eventually die. To recover, whether from lack of supplies or combat losses, your units will need to be in friendly region with adequate food. To regain hit points, the region must also have a loyalty rating at 50 or higher. Please click on the region proper in Toledo, the army's destination. Where is... All right, I'm not there. Where's Toledo? All right. TU. I'm in TOL. It's saying, Tudela. Just reading that. Please click on the region proper in Tudela, the army's destination. Where the hell is Tudela? There. That's not it. Not it. It's got to be one of the enemy regions. Oh, there it is. Tudela, Castel. It says that's my destination. That's not my destination. Tudela is weakly defended. Only a hastily levied local militia will form up in opposition to your army, making their chance of survival quite low. The situation would be different if there were permanent military fortifications, like a hill keep or even worse, a castle. These structures, and it looks like I've got keeps everywhere. That's good. These structures have large garrisons and are capable of fending off medium-sized armies on their own. See, it's making me kind of think of Total War, right? I like the Warhammer version, to each their own, but the towns, the main little villages that you have there had a garrison, right? That garrison would have so many units, and you could build other fortifications that would add to the garrison to make the town more more formidable. Additionally, castles and similar fortifications are walled, meaning you won't gain control of the region until their defenders either surrender after a siege or you decide to assault the walls. As we'll see, this could turn into a bloody affair if you don't want to wait for a breach. Before the imminent battle, though, let's talk rapidly of the importance of religion and then dynasty. Click on the small mosque of Tudela, the piety structure. All right, so that's Tudela. Close you out. Is that the mosque? That's not the mosque, is it? There's no mosque here. What mosque? Oh, is it down here at the bottom? Okay, small mosque. Okay, I see it. Here we go. Click on. They should say click down so you know where you're clicking. All right. Religion in the kingdom is vitally important as it was during the Middle Ages, impacting both local population and global dynamics. Regionally generating piety points increases population loyalty and diminishes the likelihood of heretics because we have to burn the heretics. I love heretics. You got the God Emperor, right? Mankind. Burn the heretics and the evil Xenos. These are similar. I got to mention, I'm talking about Warhammer 40,000 before someone's watching this and call me a racist or some shit. These are similar to rebels, but with the ability to convert neighboring populations to their cause and will undermine your rule wherever they appear. Who are these? Heretics. Okay. Maintaining a balance between piety and stewardship increases the education level of your population, rewarding you with additional legacy points, the key to victory. Victory points, good to go. What's more, populations adhering to other religions other than your national faith have greater unrest and reduced productivity and will be a liability till they convert. You ain't gotta convert the local population, roger that. Therefore, conversion process, depending on piety points and clergy population count, is quite important. Yeah, you want to root out chaos and all of their ilk. Unless it's Nurgle. Grandfather Nurgle must be worshipped. To understand the broader implications of religion, please click on the religion panel button located at the top in the top bar. See, now this time they actually say it. In the top bar immediately to the left of the Leon coat of arms. All right. So there's the Leon coat of arms. There we go. Tensions often arose between Christians and Muslims. Conflicts or harassment aimed at pagans and Jews were often common during this period. Nations of differing religions will, over time, experience progressively degraded relations unless they form a treaty to maintain mutual understanding. In the absence of such treaties, a holy war such as the Crusades or Jihad may occur. These wars frequently targeted conquest of one of the 5 holy cities: Rome, Constantinople, Jerusalem, Mecca, or Medina. Participation in a holy war offers benefits like it's awesome, or extra authority gain, and automatic passage rights with the fellow participants. But it can also entangle you in costly and protracted conflict. Yes, because God wills it. The Crusades, in addition, introduced specific elements such as new Crusader factions, which are intensely focused on their goals. Please now click on the nation panel button in the top bar or hit N. Okay, N. All I wanted to do was fight someone. I wanted to fight someone. I didn't want to read. I want to fight. I need to fight. Fight now. The nation panel provides information about your ruler, including their age, health, and abilities. It also gives access to realm traits, which may be unique to your nation. For instance, Leon possesses the Reconquista perk, offering various advantages. However, arguably the most crucial aspect to your progress as your realm evolves is your progress as your realm evolves. To advance from a duchy to a powerful monarchy, you must progress through several stages, each requiring 5 progress tokens. After successfully transitioning from the young to the stable And then the ascending stage, driven by high authority, you can then upgrade to a more mature realm type, sometimes referred to as a government. Yet this journey is long, and high authority comes with many drawbacks. So it is wise to consolidate your position and proceed cautiously. Now let's take a close look at your dynasty, which plays a significant role in effective governance. Please click on your ruler portrait or hit control. And you know, if you just have a big military, you don't have to worry about any of the governance stuff. Doesn't matter if the people are happy. You just need a large military to quell any rebellions. Simple. Nice little workaround right there. All right, Control N. Control N. Dynasty. Your dynasty is crucial to your success. No, my military is crucial to my success. Ruler be damned. Your ruler significantly influences your realm to the extent that sometimes it's better for them to have an accident. I like that. The presence of a spouse or courtesans is important for securing a strong heir. Upon your ruler's death, this is really just reeking of board game and Crusader 3 vibes. Just mix it together. Upon your ruler's death, their heir inherits the crown, but complications arise if they're too young, or worse, if there's no heir. Oh, speaking of which, go look it up if you haven't. Someone did this like joke run on Crusader 3, and I forget exactly what they did. I think it was an inbreeding run or some type of mutation run. They did something. I think they even made a horse a ruler. There was really just some crazy stuff. I know one guy, though, did like a run where it was nothing but just straight family tree, just a line down. And I think it started getting really wonky when they were a few generations down and they hadn't branched off in a friggin' minute. What was that? That French ruler, was it Louis the 14th? I think, that was so deformed because his family tree was a straight line. All right. Upon your ruler's death, the heir inherits the crown, but complications arise if they're too young, or worse, if there's no heir. In such cases, a relative like a brother or an uncle may step in, or even a usurper. No usurpers. Potentially sparking a civil war. This can impact the integrity of your territory or your nation's overall authority. Additionally, such turmoil may arise spontaneously if a character has low loyalty and decides to seize power either through a coup or commanding troops. Commanding troops is the way to go. Therefore, it is vital to monitor characters with low loyalty while appointing characters to command armies or provinces, dimensities, whatever that's called. It's important. It is also poses risk over time. Yeah, don't appoint people to positions of power if they're not loyal to you. No kidding. Now click on end turn. Okay. Stop popping up. Let's end the turn. Why am I moving? I didn't even move. The battle is about to begin. Yay! We finally get to attack something. Before uttering Santiago, blah, 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 something Spain, please click on the region of Tudela. Are we in Tudela? Yeah, we're in Tudela. They moved. I didn't move. With the region panel for Tudela selected, hover over the terrain icon. Where the hell is the terrain icon? See if we can find it. Population, religion, they're Sunni. Well, yeah, it's probably during the period of time when the Muslims came in. They owned all the way to Spain and then I think damn near to Britain at some point, but they were pushed out. Shepherd House, crude smelter. There's the mosque. Okay. Show me mountaintops. Where the hell are mountaintops? All right. With the region panel, hover over the terrain icon. A terrain icon? What are you talking about? Which population is it? This, it's buildings, loyalty, authority, fortification. Is it this? I think it's this. Terrain defense. Showing some other things. Yeah, it's got to be this. The tooltip reveals several important features about the region. First, it's mountainous. Yeah, okay, I'm in the right spot. Which means it costs 6 movement points to enter unless there's a track, which would reduce the cost by 2. Second, a frontage of 6 is indicated. Frontage refers to the battle width. Only up to 6 units can engage each other in combat. Therefore, the few armed peasant units from Saragossa will face only 6 of your units in the upcoming battle, though that should be more than sufficient to defeat them. Last but not least, there's a defense rating of 2. This means that each peasant will gain a +2 bonus to their defense in battle, which is significant, while it might not save them considering how different the situation would be if they were heavy spearmen instead. Now, with that said, let's not delay any further. Please click end turn so we can proceed to the anticipated battle. Let's see, what do I have? I've got early spearmen. Early spearmen. What's the difference between these guys? Combat power 9, combat power 6. So these are a little bit better. And then I've got a bunch of cavalry. I could just hit them with basic peasant militia of my own with some slingers behind them. All right, so let's end the turn and see what happens. Yeah! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him until they die from it. When a battle occurs during your turn, a panel will appear with several options. That must be this. The first option. Now, one of their previous games, I know they had it to where you could export battles like this from the game into like their tactical version, right? So I think it was Field of Glory Empires down to like Fields of Glory, just Field of Glory 2 or something. I don't think they're doing that in this version. I don't think you're going to have the tactical option. The first option allows you to view the battle in detail by clicking the View Battle button. The second option lets you skip directly to the summary using the View Report. Another choice is to manually play the battle if you have Field of Glory Medieval. So if you have Field of Glory Medieval, you can use export battle. I do not have it, so I guess that's why I don't have an export battle there for now. And that feature's probably not out yet since this is a trial run of the game. For now, this feature only supports open field battles. Assaults on castles and sea battles are not available. Additionally, this option is limited to single player mode. Lastly, you can opt to skip the entire process and continue with turn processing. The battle outcome will be displayed in the message log, or you can click on the battle icon located in the region where the battle took place. For now, please click View Battle. So let's see what we have. Looks like my combat power, they've got 2 units. My combat power is 166 versus their 8. Love it. Love it. Oh, cool. Look at this. Battles take place on a grid resembling a checkerboard where the raw combat value of each unit is just one of 3 factors. Determines the battle. These factors: combat value, leadership, efficiency. Each play a unique role in a duel as units face off in one-on-one melee combat. Each factor operates differently from the other 2. In essence, poor leadership can't be offset by sheer combat power. You'd be surprised. And even a skilled general can only do so much to compensate for low unit efficiency. Ideally, you'll want to optimize all 3 variables, but that's easier said than done. Well, no shit. This is the triangle rule. To follow the tutorial more easily, make sure the continuous play checkbox at the bottom is unchecked. Okay, it's unchecked. Then click on the large button. Reach an arrow to advance to the range phase. All right, so ranged. All units from both sides. Wow, they've only got 2? Yeah, I guess they've only got 2. Fire enemy lines. While ranged units can't eliminate enemies, they can significantly weaken them, reducing their chances of success in the subsequent melee. Inexperienced ranged units tend to fire haphazardly, which is why you'll notice that some enemy units are targeted per the orange reticle, by multiple units, while others escaped unscathed. Veteran ranged units are more skilled and tend to choose their targets more effectively. Just keep clicking the play button. Once all shots have been fired and the slingers have returned to friendly ranks, click on it again. We'll update when the first 2 melee units start their duel. All right. 1. Wow, that was freaking loud. All right, sorry. Click again. All right. Melee combat consists of a series of duels between opposing units. Each unit rolls a number of dice equal. This is a board game. There's a grand strategy board game. Dice equal to 1 plus the efficiency of the commanding general, if present, so that each unit rolls between 1 and 3 dice. Only the highest die roll is kept. Additionally, each die is re-rolled until its value is at least equal to the sum of the unit's experience and effectiveness. This die value is then added to the unit's combat value. What did they get? Because they got wiped out, I think. I can't really see because they got me zoomed in a little bit too much. If a unit is exhausted, meaning it has 0 effectiveness, its combat value is halved. The combat value also receives a bonus from the unit position behind it, +1 if it's melee unit, and between +1 and +3 if it's a ranged unit. Finally, terrain defense and the unit's suitability for the current terrain, heavy infantry and woods, blah, 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 will further modify the combat value. Click the play button at your convenience until this tutorial message updates. All right, so these numbnuts get wiped out, but it looked like they had the same combat value. They got an 11. What? They got a 5 and a 6. Dice roll 6. And my dice roll was 5. Oh my God. Look at the leader. Who's Porky freaking Pig down over here, man? He commanding general never put down the fork. All right, next up. Okay, this is stalemate. No. All right, update. Some instances, flanking attacks can occur. This happens if one side has more troops, cavalry, than the other. In open terrain, cavalry units have special green squares reserved for them on the battlefield, making flanking maneuvers a frequent occurrence. Yay! Once all the duels are completed, the game will determine if there's a winner. If so, a pursuit phase will ensue, inflicting additional losses on the defeated side. Fast units and skirmishers are particularly effective. God, this is really making me think of the Fate of All. It's a grand strategy, tactical game. It covers a little bit of everything, set during a similar time period. Really, really awesome tabletop game, board game. Definitely check it out. It's by Thin Red Line Games, The Fate of All. Anyway. Take your time to observe the duels by clicking play button at your convenience. Once you have seen enough, click on the top right button to close the battle window and access the summary panel. Can we do more? Yeah, we won the battle. All right, so view the report. Can I move this? Keeps covering up everything I want to see. The summary shows you a review. Battlefield losses. They lost 2 units. Even if they don't kill anyone, however, levies gain experience, so that's good. So slowly, it's often considered inefficient to maintain them during peacetime as they cost half their initial value and upkeep each turn. Damn. Standing army units and mercenaries differ in that they gain experience quickly and can become formidable forces on the battlefield once they reach veteran status. So basically let the cheap units go. It seems like the experience they get isn't worth the money you're going to spend on them, but you're going to keep your core army there and bulk it up when you do have a battle come up. So winning or a war coming together. Winning a battle can grant your nation additional authority and more war score points, which are the currency used for negotiating peace terms, which makes me again think of Europa with picking which provinces you're going to take control of. Some nations also receive extra perks from winning battles, such as additional gold, slaves, or thralls for the. Oh God, Vikings! I want to be a Viking. Vikings, hell yeah, I want to be Ragnar, man. Ragnar's going to destroy all. Once you close the summary panel, it will the turn will automatically resume, processing all other orders interactions on the map. Let's see what to do on our next turn. Looks like these guys, yeah, these front guys took just a little damage. They didn't die, but they took one hit each, which they're levies, early spearmen, so not a huge loss, and they lost their intrinsic people. All right, so close it out. Okay, couple of things popped up at once. This summary allows you to review the battlefield losses, which we already saw that. Okay, yeah, we already saw that one. Close that. Winning battles certainly helps win the war, but there are many times when it feels like time is against you or that the war is becoming more costly than anticipated. This can be due to your enemy gaining allies, rising war weariness, weakening your grip on the population, or dwindling royal treasury as armies are more expensive to maintain when not stationed at home. To see what's happening in Tudela, please close this window and click on that region. All right. What's going on here? I've got a little army. Yeah, it's a war-occupied region. Nice. As you may have noticed, Tudela now appears with stripes featuring both your nation's color and the green of Saragossa. This indicates the region is under your military control. You control it de facto, but legally, de jure, you are not the owner. If my military's there and your military's not, I'm the owner. Never got that. There are two ways to resolve this situation. The first is to conquer an entire nation, which is always a good plan, at which point you will legitimately gain control of all their regions as the nation ceases to exist. The second option, often the only viable one, no, it's not viable. Take control of everything that's viable, is to negotiate a peace deal where you'll trade war score points accumulated through battles and controlling enemy regions for legal ownership of those regions. Let's explore the option of peace. No, forget peace. Let's not give peace a chance. By checking the diplomacy interface, although we won't finalize any deals this term. Please click on the button represent handshake in the upper left of the region panel. So it's got to be this. All right. After clicking on this button, you'll initially see the diplomacy panel with your nation selected. Diplomacy plays, yes, a significant role, blah, blah, blah. To improve relations and peace, consider making reasonable and mutually beneficial, no. Sending gifts nope. And entering into cooperative treaties, no again. This will pave the way for more substantial and binding agreements like passage rights, vassalage, and alliances. I like vassalage. Take control. We'll let you rule yourself from a distance. You just got to pay me for the privilege. In times of war, currency for negotiation is war score, which reflects your score in this conflict. To explore how to negotiate, click on Coat of Arms under Wars, and then the peace button. You'll see a new panel. All right, so click there. Peace. Okay. Negotiation functions similarly to the transaction during peacetime. It's essentially a barter system where victor uses war score points to gain concessions from the defeated. You can hover over the percent chance of success to understand the breakdown of the percentage, and use the question mark for more details. 2 important points to consider when negotiating peace. First, any region you occupy but don't acquire in the peace deal will revert to its original owner. Second, leaving a few war score points unspent on your side can generate goodwill. I mean, if you're at war with someone, what goodwill? There's never goodwill. Hey, we're going to take your shit by force, but we're not taking everything. We're leaving a few morsels. You should thank us. Okay. For future interactions. That said, we won't be making peace today. To cancel the deal, close all diplomatic panels. Okay, like that idea. Close this panel. But just cancel it. Yes. And so then select Toledo again. Am I on? Let's close that. Our issue with military conquest, one issue, is that local population tends to be restless, as indicated by the loyalty marker for Toledo. Where is the loyalty marker? Equipment, metals, stewardship, food. Yeah, loyalty. It's red. While you won't have to worry about revolts in this tutorial, it's something to plan for in a real game. The low loyalty is partly due to war occupied modifier visible at the top right of the panel. Yeah, just conquered. Yeah, right there. As well as differences in religion and culture. Over time, you can improve loyalty by converting the population to your religion and culture, but this will require building piety and stewardship. Summary, it's wise to consolidate your gains, establish garrisons, and avoid protracted military campaigns. So you want to henpeck, take a piece here, take a piece there, slowly blow it out. For now, let's advance towards the capital of Zaragoza. Please order your army to move east. That's their capital. The next border region, and then click enter. Okay. Let's go. Now, yeah, towards the capital. Because I can go into the region or I can go to the capital. I think we'll go to the capital. Now we click enter. You're not popping up with what I should do. Should I fight? Okay. View battle. Start battle. Okay, this isn't good. I'm getting wiped out. Hey, we won the battle. Mark. Oh, we lost one spearman and took some damages, but they're still alive. But we got them. And they still haven't popped up with... There it is. Our army has arrived in Zaragoza, but the situation is different here than the week... No shit. Why is the tutorial popping up after I captured the region? This capital region sports a hill fort provided wall compound for defenders. Means even if you beat the field army of Zaragoza, which I already did, as this tutorial, they won't have any. The defenders can still prevent the capture of the region by staying safe behind the walls. No, they can't. Please click on this. I already took them out, you dipshit. What the hell is it doing? All right, I gotta cut it down because the battle is so loud. Let's cut that down a bit. Okay. Click on the region. A mini panel pops up, indicating the region is under siege. And no shit. Battle's already been fought. We have gained Zaragoza, which was the seat of power. The treasury has been plundered, although not everything was there. Oh, we gained some money. Zaragoza's hold on Zaragoza has been shattered, for we have claimed it in the name of our nation. There's nothing. I took them out. What are you talking about? The walls? There are no walls. You told. I don't get this tutorial. It told me, click on their capital. So I click on the capital and it creates a battle. But the tutorial doesn't pop up for the battle, pops up afterwards. Maybe that's an error and it was supposed to be go to the zone and not the capital because it didn't want me to trigger the battle already. Mini panel shows the regions under siege as important information. Shows the number of breaches the fortifications can withstand. Now it's talking about this panel here, the fortification level. Wall level 3 can support 3 breaches intact. Until you create as many breaches as the defender's wall levels, any assault will be perilous due to the defender's significant defensive bonuses. Well, I wouldn't have lost troops if you had told me that. Second, you'll see various modifiers affecting the siege resistance of the defenders. Depending on these values, a siege could be resolved quickly or take an extended period. Each turn, a siege can result in different outcomes. Nothing happens, the defenders suffer attrition, wall is breached, a wall is repaired, or the defenders surrender. But it's not all bad news for us. Even if our army isn't ideally suited for an effective siege, well, it beat the hell out of them. Please click on your army in Zaragoza to delve deeper into the intricacies of siege warfare. All right. Even if you've had previous victories, your army may still have some weakened units. As mentioned earlier, to regain effectiveness, your troops need to be in a supplied area, and currently we are in enemy territory. Tudela is not equipped to sustain us with its limited food. Regarding our army composition, knights and clumsy spearmen may not be the most efficient units for siege. Ranged troops like archers and light infantry will be more effective. However, as we have noted, it is not all doom and gloom. The enemy is under siege and will gradually weaken, especially as their food stockpiles dwindle to 0, leading to starvation. With the region under occupation, its production is significantly reduced, so time could be on your side. That said, we've heard that El Cid is willing to land a hen. Let's click on Ender and to see what he has in mind. Okay. What you gonna do, Mr. Cid? Oh, you're gonna come here and do what? I already took out. One of his lieutenants has arrived before the walls, complete with siege engines. Okay. Click on the region of Zaragoza. As you can see, the estimated duration of the siege has changed significantly. Now it's all showing it in red. Siege resist is 4. Wall levels 3 breached. They're already down because I had already damaged their walls in the first place. And El Cid came and wiped them out. It's partly due to the siege engines that he brought. They offer substantial bonuses against walls, but are hard to acquire. Typically, you'll tip the scales with more common units like archers and light or medium infantry. Even peasants can be useful here. After all, the more hands you have, the quicker you can dig tunnels, fill moats, or haul extra boulders. The siege panel now shows that all walls are breached. 0 out of 3. This is the perfect time to launch an assault. Click on your army. Okay. Your army now has much better chance of storming Zaragoza as all the walls have been breached. Let's see what happens. Modest defensive bonus for the besieged, depending on the type of castle. Varying number of breaches, offer modest or large defense bonuses, and have a small or large frontage. Last but not least, relevant to our situation, El Cid's army might decide to join in the upcoming battle. Be sure the assault button, your army is selected. Highlight, click on it if need be, and click on the turn. All right. And enter. See what happens. I've already assaulted it. I've already taken it out. Chances are very high that you succeeded in the assault. This concludes a tutorial where you learn the basics of movement combat and managing a region's economy. However, there's much more to explore in Kingdom. We recommend trying your hand at the El Cid scenario, which is modest in size, perfect practice a bit more. Okay. We had already taken out that little castle, but I appreciate you popping over there, Sid, and helping us out. We taking out this region, and we could probably take out Zaragoza proper. They only got one thing left, and let's see. They've got some walls, only 2 walls left there. Yeah, so their one little region isn't too strong. Now, they didn't show much about recruiting units in the tutorial. Did you guys notice that? So I'm not sure how to recruit units. Now that I think about it, I got manpower generation. I've got my treasury. And let's see, escape off of that. What's down here in the bottom right? Ownership. This is all the different map overlays. Yeah, see, it's all the different overlays. And that's diplomacy. That's my nation panel, dynasty panel. That's my capital. Ledger, regional decisions. Realm traits overview, claims, some abilities, decisions. Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out because they have not shown. Over here's a little message log. Okay, interesting. What are these? Regions. It shows current stuff going on. Little announcements up here. But I am not seeing anything about regional decisions, art of siege. Okay, but that doesn't tell me. Regions, military, population, battles. This gives me information. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. There's something. Maybe I click on my own regions. Region Leon, diplomacy, unit Q. Here we go. That's where I produce units. I have to click on my areas. I wonder if I can do that anywhere. It does appear like it. Obviously, it's going to be different types of units depending on what area. I can't recruit any there yet because I don't own those areas. I don't know why this is red. Required building is missing. So, like up here, we can see that. This shows the province. Okay. So I got to have certain buildings built up to be able to build certain units. Okay. Yeah. After poking around at this for a little bit, this really does make me think of. I don't want to say dumbed down. It's not dumbed down like that, but it is a more streamlined Crusaders, more streamlined Europa. Right. It's that grand strategic game. Right. Set in that time period, the ancient medieval time periods, using swords and knights and cavalries, and you're trying to have the religion be whatever your faction's religion is, and gain control and keep revolts from happening, and expand your territory out until you're the big boy on the block, right? It's that grand strategic game we played. It seems like a lot more streamlined, a lot less stuff to get in the way, especially with something like Crusaders 3, where you have just all the minutia of all the dynasties there with your leader and its family and the lineage and carrying out over huge swatches of time. Now, you do have that here, but nowhere near into that level of depth. After playing their little tutorial here, I am going to email them just a couple of suggestions, like something to get the tutorial thing to pop back up, because there was once where, well, a couple times really, where it went away when I didn't want it to, because I needed to see what it was trying to tell me to do. And then a couple times where it stayed when I wanted it to go away so I could see what was behind it. So a little more freedom, at least the ability to move it across the board so I can see what's going on behind, like for the battles and whatnot. And then the fight over here, I think either one of two things happened. Either I misread and it said to go to the region, not the capital, because I could have swore it said capital. I would bet money it said the capital of Zaragoza, not just the region. I could be wrong though. If it said the region, then that is my mistake. But if it said the capital, then that's their mistake for the tutorial. I'll have to check on that just to make sure that it's not wrong. But I mean, easy enough tutorial to learn the basics. Why don't they have making units? That that's such a integral part of the game. You go over all the religious stuff, but you don't give the most basic thing of, hey, by the way, unit queues down here. This is where you can build new units. It shows you how to move units around, how to split them out of your forces, and it's easy to understand. The battles are easy to understand. Very streamlined process. You have units that are occupying certain specific roles. They're either front line or their support or their flankers, right? Things like that. And you want to be able to kind of cover all the spots. Certain terrains are going to be more beneficial to certain types of units than others, right? Horses don't mix with walls, or they don't mix well with rocks, stuff like that. If you got some open terrain where you can flank with your cavalry, you can do a lot of damage with them. If your force isn't big enough, then you're in danger of being encompassed by the enemy. But it's easy. It's very streamlined here, right? The units are very much reminding me of counters, right? Just a simple picture and just a few little stats, right? You've got a combat stat, you've got your hits, your steps, right? And your effectiveness. There's really all you got to worry about. You're not bogged down with all these different minutia to worry about with the troops. So I like that. I think this is gonna tickle an itch for me of that grand strategy, but without the huge complexity that some people might get turned off by. Because I know I'm not the only one that like Stellaris, for example. I know another Paradox Interactive. I love Stellaris. I play a lot of Stellaris. But for the longest time, I didn't get into the game, and it wasn't because I didn't like it or I didn't want to play it. It was just so much. It seems like this just huge wall that's impossible to climb. And you have to take it in pieces, one step in front of the other to learn the game. This one, I think the ability to climb that wall is going to be a lot quicker than some of those, but you're going to lose that depth, that intricate, meaty gameplay. You're not going to have that here. Not that you're not going to have fun gameplay, but you're just not going to have that level of game, right? But I do think there is a market for this for certain people who are going to get into it. But you guys, I'll stop rambling. You guys stay tuned. I will poke around at one of the tutorials and see how I do with El Cid when I've got a little more going on, see if I can take control of some areas. All right, it's going to be it for me. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.